Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. The King of Lightning is here today, as always, bringing you guys and gals One Piece chapter reviews. Today, One Piece chapter 794 review. Now, if you haven't seen my live reaction to the chapter, in this corner right here, annotation, that is going to be my right, your left. Now, this week's chapter of One Piece. And also, there'll be a link in the box below for the live reaction. This week's chapter of One Piece. Basically, it's Sabo's story. A lot of it, I wouldn't say all of it, because we still don't know about the training with the, the Ryusoken and that kind of stuff. But basically, it's a lot of the story about how he had amnesia when he was attacked by Tenryubito afterwards, and he didn't remember that he had brothers, Ace and Luffy, up until he saw Ace's photo in the papers when Ace was already dead. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to the amnesia, because I want to say it now to get out of the way, I think that it was heavy, right? It was pretty intense, knowing that like the entire time Sabo was going about his business, and then when he sees Ace's photo on the paper, he realized, wait, hold on, that's not some no-name pirate, or that's not some New World big shot, that's my fucking brother, and he's dead, and I have another brother, and I gotta make sure that he's okay. And, it hits really hard with him. And that's probably the reason why he had I don't know how he did it exactly, but he had the Viva card made for Luffy. And he took a piece of that thing so he can make sure that Luffy's okay. He knows where he is location-wise. But also the Viva card allows Sabo to see Luffy's condition. Remember how Ace, when he was chained up and when he was in prison, the Viva card would always, have like a piece of it charred off, and it was always flying in the wind. It represents his condition as well. So if Luffy is wounded, or if he's near death, the Viva card will represent that. And if he's okay, it'll be an okay piece of card or an okay piece of paper, whatever it is. So the fact of the matter is that Sabo's gonna make sure, to the best of his abilities, that Luffy is all right. And that stems from the fact that he didn't even know that his brother had died up until he actually saw his face in the paper, Ace. Now, the amnesia bit, again, it's heavy in my mind. But at the same time, I see why Oda did it. Because if he didn't do it, it would be much more difficult for Oda to actually explain away half of the reasons why Sabo didn't go to Ace or Luffy if he had his memories. If he doesn't, easy fix. So, the amnesia is Oda's easy fix to a bunch of questions that would have arose about Sabo if Sabo still had his memories when he was attacked by a Tenryubito. So, those questions are now null and void for the most part because, again, he had amnesia. So, that being said, I'm not saying that what Oda did was actually a bad move, but it was the most logical move to remove any doubts in the minds of One Piece fans. The next thing that I want to talk about, because again, the amnesia flashback is actually fairly simple. Just to touch upon it real quick, it was heartwarming seeing more context to when Luffy and Sabo meet in the Coliseum. Because in the actual real-time manga, it was more or less like Luffy fucking... And it was shocking, and people theorized a lot, who is it? And then, boom, Sabo. But from this angle, it's more heartwarming. Luffy hugging Sabo, tears and shit, fucking mucus on Sabo's face, But it's funny, and seeing how Sabo is just relieved that Luffy's alive, and he's making sure that not only will I make sure that you stay alive, because I'm your brother, but also let me have the Mare know me because I want to be the one to, take the torch of Ace forward into the future. So that's, again, very heartwarming, very cool. Now, moving on. Here we go. Alright, so in the flashback, fucking Dragon saves Sabo. And this motherfucker, we still don't know. Fuck. God damn it, Oda. We still don't know. But when Dragon saved Sabo, he grabbed this arm and he didn't touch the water at all. He didn't touch the water at all. You know, water being the weakness of the for user, so more or less likely he did it for. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered if it was like his arm only, but still he didn't touch the water at all. And so that may have been like an instinctive reaction on a Doffer user's part. But also, I didn't see any fucking rowboats. Like that's the fucking trippy thing. The Tenryubito just fucking attacked Sabo's ship. And the thing was ablaze. Sabo was immediately like, you know, just drowning. Charred face, unconscious, hand up and shit. And like a few seconds later, in comes Dragon. Boom! Like, how, like, where? Where the fuck did Dragon come from? So, dude, like, if it's not wind, I'm fucking like I don't know, man. Like, here's the thing. People are saying that, you know, like, weather thing, alright? I mean, I think one guy said in the comment section of live reaction, he's rocking the Jesus pieces know me, all right? Like, the Jesus know me walking on water, all right? Like, okay, fine. Like, I mean, yeah, like, do you? But here's what I think makes the most sense. He made like an air disc of some kind, and he was flying on the fucking, like, he was flying. He basically flew there. He grabbed Sabo, and when he's talking to Ivankov after holding Sabo, I thought that it was more or less like the aftermath of all the smoke and char that was around Sabo and the ship that was on Dragon. But also it could be like an aura, like a wind aura of some kind. So basically Dragon pulled some shit. And it could be a whole host of powers that he, you know, that could have done what he did. It could be weather, it could be wind specifically, it could be some kind of uber zone. I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm leaning more towards wind. I always will. Because when I saw, way back when, the junkyard heap of the Goa Kingdom just get blasted away in like some kind of air cannon, I'm thinking, it's not Ivankov doing that shit. There's fucking no way. I mean, if Ivankov was pulling that shit way back when, that means that Ivankov was more powerful back then than he is now. However, if it's Dragon, oh shit. If it's Dragon, it's like shit, like, you know, one hand, air cannon, fucking boom, gone. So, I mean, then again, it could be weather too. It honestly could be weather. Fuck! I don't know. I can sit here for fucking damn days. I can sit here for days and just talk about Dragon. I remember we had like a fucking 45-minute debate in a taxi. It was me, it was Zoro, it was, I think, Smoke too, it was Uber, and we were just talking about fucking Dragon and its powers, son. And Main too. Like, we were just talking about Dragon. So, like, listen, win. Fuck it. Win. I'm done. Alright. So he pulled some shit. We're not sure what it is exactly. The last thing I want to talk about. Because the chapter, like, that's where, like the main parts are just like the flashback, and like there's the pre-flashback, the flashback, and the post-flashback. Pre-flashback, very simple. CP9's coming in. Alright, I mean, CP0's coming in. And they're gonna fuck shit up. So, Dressrosa, I think for the most part, it's okay. But like I said before, they're probably coming for Flamingo specifically because Flamingo, he has intel on their secret, and they don't want that secret coming out. So, yes, he's chained in C-cuffs in Dressrosa, but CP0 want to take full advantage of that so they can bring Flamingo to Mary Jo's and, like, I don't know, torture his ass or kill him, whatever. But they're going to make sure that their secret's safe and sound. Now, and it's not safe and sound in Dressrosa. It's not. There's no way in hell. Now, the last part of the chapter is the bit with the crows. Alright, and then I don't mean the watchers on the wall. No. There are these crows that Sabo rides on when he leaves Robin, Zoro. He leaves the hut, pretty much. He leaves the hut. He leaves Akira's house. And he's going off on his own journey back to Dragon and whatnot. Because they pretty much stopped Flamingo's weapon trade. So, the crow apparently talks to Sabo. The lead crow, like Sabo says, can you control these guys whenever you want to? And the lead crow says something along the lines of, yeah, whenever. The crow talked. So that's clearly a Zoan class ability. Alright, like, there are no, as far, maybe it's a paramecia talking through a crow. Odds are it's a Zoan that transformed into a crow. However, here's the thing. I've never seen a Zoan control other animals within its species, respectively. I've never seen, I mean, granted, there are no cats around, I suppose, but I've never seen Rob Lucci control cats. I've never seen Jabra control other dogs. I've never seen Chopper. When he was a, well, no, never mind. Chopper's a human. Oh yeah, fine. Well, I've never seen Chopper control other humans. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then again, Chopper's case is a little bit weird. So you get my point. You have a Zoan controlling other animals of the same species. That has to be unique among Zoans. Like, either that's like a mystical Zoan type of thing, or like that's like an awakened Zoan, like, you know, enhanced a bit, like an enhanced version. Because like that's kind of weird. A crow controlling other crows, and people are saying that crow is, well, we can assume easily that it's a part of the Revolutionary Army, but there is a chapter, I forgot what chapter it was, but when Hack and company are talking in the underground port area, there's this woman dressed in black where you can't really see her. And also, throughout the course of the Revolutionary Army material in One Piece, we've seen that they have crows around sometimes, like just random crows just chilling in, like, like, where, what's the thing called, where like the bird stand, like they stay there, like they just, stay there, like they just chill, whatever. So there's something going on with the Revolutionary Army and crows, and I go back to a Duffer user, a Zoan, who can transform into a crow, controlling other crows. So like that's, it's throwing me off. Like, how the fuck could and these crows are fairly fucking big too. They're fucking big ass crows. So I'm thinking, how? Like, either those crows are actually a part of the Duffer user herself, or they're being controlled by her, but she's either Zoan or paramecia. So like, whatever. Just think about it. I'm not too sure what that's I'm not too sure. God damn it, I'm not too fucking sure. I'm done. Cause let me stop rambling. So you guys get my point. There's something funky going on there, but this may lead to, if it's actually a Zoan, it may lead to a different category of awakening for Zoans. This may actually mean that there are variants of awakenings possible for adult fruit users. I don't know. So I'm done. King Lightning, as always, rate the video. It is not that hard to do. You have something called a mouse. Click whether you like it or dislike. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Just make sure you use it. Comment and subscribe as always. The chaptering overall, I'm on the fence with, honestly, I'm not too sure. I think it was, at least a good chapter, at least a good plus chapter, no doubt about it. But it's how you take the amnesia thing. Either you hate it because it was just a gloss over. Okay, well, I can't say either or. It's how you take it, all right? It could be a whole host of things that you like and dislike about it. Me, I think I like it more than I dislike it because I can understand why Oda actually did it in the first place. So I'm going to go more towards, I think it was a great chapter of One Piece. And I'll leave it at that. So King Lightning, rate the video, comment, subscribe. Have a nice one. Now I'm done.